I forgot to press the record button to capture the VOD. So, you know, just gotta do the intro all over again, right? How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the party. Thanks so much for coming to hang out. Great to see you all. What's up? How's it going? Etc. How was your Monday? I guess it's Tuesday now. It's midnight. Anyway, for those of you tuning in, I don't know if you're on the Eastern time zone like myself, but it's 7 minutes past midnight. So, oh boy, we're starting to stream late today. This is a little bit later than I would have wanted, expected. I see in the chat, yeah, hey man, long time no see. It's been a few days, and I'm super duper bummed. I missed you guys. I don't know if you happen to miss me for some reason, but I missed y'all. We had ActivityCon. We had ActivityCon CTF going on over the weekend. So, oh, I don't know what the heck is my hair doing? Stupid. I don't know. Yeah, we had ActivityCon CTF that was going on over the weekend. A ton of fun. I think it was a great game. I really, really hope that those that played enjoyed the Capture the Flag event. Thought it was a success. Great to see everybody. Thanks so much for coming hang out. What do you guys want to do today? So I gotta be honest. I was thinking about, you know, what could we do? What other things, what other new stuff could we be doing for some content? Some John tent, some content with John tent. And the obvious thing, a lot of folks are asking, like, hey John, are you going to be showcasing any challenges from ActivityCon? Are you going to showcase some of the challenges that you wrote, what you had made, how to solve it, etc. Useless Artifact, thanks so much for saying hi. I appreciate you coming to say hello. But I gotta be honest, I would rather not do any of the write-ups or stuff from the ActivityCon CTF because there are already going to be a ton of community write-ups. In fact, let me show you that. So we can get the party started. Let's get technical. Let's get nerdy. Let's start to do some stuff. Right now, the infrastructure should be down. And I'm glad that it is. The game is over, the event is ended, and we are no longer burning money on the Google Cloud platform. So success! We have torn down all of the infrastructure. With that said, over on CTF time, there is if you couldn't tell, a hefty section for ActivityCon. A lot of great write-ups, a lot of great scores, a lot of great, incredible stuff here. Congratulations, of course, to the winners. Hackers Crew, iDecker, I don't even know, and the Unexpendables. Optional and Westar have been putting out some incredible write-ups. I see some videos from him, of course. And can I see the events? Can I see the tasks? Will it show me that? But look at this. So many people on the scoreboard. Way too many. Event tasks and write-ups. Here we go. So yeah, there are tons and tons of write-ups. Kind of already out. If anyone's interested, you can go take a look at that. Check them out. But we had a lot of fun putting the game on. I hope you guys all did too. A lot of good feedback. I don't know if I'll go through like the whole feedback form shenanigans like I typically do, but it all seems to go well. So I'm weirdly far from my camera. I don't know why. Nice. Good to see everybody in the chat. Played the ActivityCon, but on the 17th, because the 18th was the national holidays. Nice. Awesome. Happy to hear it. So, other cool things that I gotta be honest, would like to do, have been thinking about. I am very, very overdue for a YouTube video. Like, I need to produce something that isn't just this Twitch that isn't a Twitch VOD. I think I've been able to see some comments, right, in the YouTube sector, right, and some YouTube comments that specifically say, you know, this isn't just all the content that we'd like to see, John. Like, it's nice to go back to the original YouTube roots, which makes a ton of sense, right? And I agree. There was never any intent to make the YouTube videos just kind of fade away. And I'm absolutely not doing Twitch like full time or anything crazy like that. I'll still be doing pure original. Hey, thank you so much for the subscription. Stray Flash, you're the best. Thanks for all the follows, everybody. I super appreciate the love. Obviously, the original pure YouTube is not going to go away. In fact, I need to get a video out, and I want to get a video out, and I ran across one pretty sweet sample today. Some good malware analysis that I would like to bring to you. And I literally had this plan. I had this idea. Let's just record a YouTube video as part of the Twitch stream. Like, we turn the chat off, we turn the music off, we turn off the alert box, and we just do it. Like, I put on the presentation mode. I'm like, what's going on, everybody? My name is John Hammond. Welcome back to and just do the show, right? But I gotta be honest. It's midnight. I don't exactly have the energy for that right now. I see some conversation in the chat. HacktivityCon. Yep, we blew the game down today. A lot of fun. Elfie Sick is asking, hey, can we share up our write-ups in YouTube channels? Yes, absolutely. Please do. Please do share your write-ups online, on YouTube, on video, and blog, whatever. We'd just love to see it. Yes, the Ledger's saying, you do seem especially tired. So I'm not going to lie. Maybe we're just going to chill out. Maybe we're just going to hang out. Maybe we're just going to take it easy. But I would like to get one of those videos out extremely soon. Ideally, I can record tomorrow. With that said, hey, Kaluka, thank you so much for the subscription. Super appreciate it. You're the best. With that said, I have a new rule. I have a new thing. I have a new idea. I've been playing with Golang, right? A lot of folks might know I really like Golang. Hey, thanks so much, Lone Ranger, for the follow. Super appreciate it. I've been doing some stuff at work with Golang, and I've been doing some stuff at home, kind of as some personal project with some friends in Golang. So I thought, I need to get better at this. I just need to get sharper at using Golang. So here is the thing. Here's the. I need you guys to hold me to this. I need you to help. Whenever I start to script something, whenever I start to just write something, whenever I start to crank something out in a text editor, new rule, I have to do it in Golang. As much as it's gonna suck, as much as I'm not gonna be able to do anything uber fast or just whip it out. I'm not gonna be as fluent as I am in Python, but man, I need to get sharper on Golang. So that's the new tidbit. Is what we're gonna do Golang everything, and whenever we have to write it. Maybe we'll do that when we'll do that in like I don't know, over the wire, kind of roll through. Other Pico CTF. What I like to do is I like to go through different war games or CTFs or things that I've done previously that I know the solution, but I want to learn how can I do that in Golang, or how can I do that in this language that I want to master, whether it's Nim, whether it's Rust or whatever. I like to try and recreate and just get a feel for the syntax and get used to writing it and doing those things, because it's hard to think of a project, it's hard to think of something for you to do. Ooh, yeah, Jester's saying, hey, maybe do Proving Grounds with Golang Code Wars, that would be kind of fun. Anyone doing Down Under CTF this weekend? I know that as an Australian CTF, a lot of incredible folks over there. DC Cybersec, another content creator, if you guys follow him. I hope that I'll be able to jump on his stream to hang out during Down Under CTF, but it should be a lot of fun. So, yeah, so I appreciate the support, everybody. Everyone's screaming at me, telling me, yeah, dude, just got to use Golang. Another thought that I had, and I gotta be honest, right? Obviously, after putting on HacktivityCon and the HacktivityCon CTF and the capture the flag, I've realized, we have a lot of challenges. Like, myself and my team, we have a lot of CTF, Jeopardy-style, capture the flag challenges and tasks and activities and exercises to put in front of people. Truthfully, they've kind of accumulated over the years between all the events that we've done, between VersetCon, between NomCon, between B-Sides Boston, between ScrimCon, between 2020-21, etc. But we should have more. And I had this thought, why aren't I recreating, everything that I do or see? If we're doing a TryHackMe room, if we're doing a Hack the Box machine, if we're doing a Pico CTF, why don't I shamelessly steal and rip from the great genius ideas of others? I'm kidding. I say that in jest. But for real, and there is a certain element and aspect of oh, hey, if we run into some Jenkins server with something, maybe we could try to set up our own playground to be able to do that, and then we have that as another challenge to give to people and do things with. So bravo, Charlie Romeo. I super appreciate the love. Learned so much from ActivityCon. I really appreciate that. I'm glad you had some fun. A-Dubs is memeing at me. Yeah, what about JohnCon? Maybe someday. I don't know if someone will ever fund the thing. But with that said, we spent 10 minutes just bantering everybody. Maybe we should start to do something real. So I gotta be honest, after all those things have been let off my chest, after I've got all those off my plate, I was thinking, if we're just taking it easy, you know, if we're just goofing off, if we're just here to have a good time, let's try to do some TryHackMe. Keeping it simple, keeping it alright. We got CTF time open, but let's just casually, like, we don't even need to go hard on our path that we were working on. We were cruising through the offensive pen testing path for quite some time. But we have lost our streak because I have been away from the stream for a long time. We have not made much progress else in the offensive path. Oh, I see a lot of folks in the chat. Malware analysis challenges were quite nice in ActivityCon. Thank you so much. I have a lot of fun with those. I'm really glad that some folks appreciated those. Got to make your own spin on the challenges. Yeah, it's not stealing, it's inspiration. Totally agree with that. Hey, Kefir, thank you so much for the subscription, my friend. I super appreciate the support. Watching you make a CTF would be interesting. Yeah, we can put together a couple challenges and I can show you kind of the ropes of some things. With that said, let's get some inspiration and I guess just try and, I don't know, do a room, solve a something, solve a thing. So not gonna lie, because I was telling you I was on a Golang kick these past little bit, I was trying to search for, does TryHackMe have a Golang room? And I don't think they do. I'm super bummed. Literally no results, no rooms found. W. Merriff is asking, hey, what do you think about the oh my god vulnerability? Oh my god vulnerability, let's go on a complete tangent super quick, my bad. The thing is crazy. The thing is awful. Like, why? Why, Microsoft? You literally take a single HTTP request, you remove the authorization header, you literally get rid of all authentication or any sense of credentials, and you run a command as root. Across like everything, all the Linux VMs in Azure. So it blows my mind. It is unreal and insane. Truthfully, I have not done a whole lot of research, and I haven't done my homework or the due diligence on the oh my god vulnerability. I've seen IPSec has released some videos out on it. He's done some log auditing for being able to see it, done some exploit detection stuff. So if you haven't, totally go check out his video. I, for one thing, had saw it. I saw the chatter and saw the commotion, and I just had to laugh, you know? Like, it's so insane. And there's obviously a movement for Microsoft to get people away from the on-premise infrastructure. Like, Microsoft Exchange is a clear, extreme example of that. And now, they're like, everyone go onto the cloud. Go use Azure. Go use, Cloud Exchange, Office 365, etc. And it's like, nope, that's not safe either. Nowhere is safe. Thank you so much for the follow, Gabs Uchicha. I don't know if I Uchiha. Forgive me for butchering the name. Who made the video? That's IPSec. Let's go see if we can pull it up. YouTube.com. IPSec. I don't think it's gonna give me that as a channel. Maybe it'll do some. Oh no! Fantastic! Excellent. I pull it up super quick. Throw Ip some love. He's a genius. So much smarter than me. Hey, thank you so much for the bits, Wordalac. I super appreciate that. Thank you again and again. So yeah, super good video. And really cool to kind of get into the weeds on what this thing was. So if you haven't seen it, totally go check it out. Obviously, IPSec, if you haven't heard of them, another stellar content creator in the realm of cybersecurity, red team, blue team stuff. So yeah. Great guy. I super appreciate that, California. Thank you. Do employers value CTF experience? Yes. Yes. That's the answer to that question. I'm cheesing. Bravo, Charlie Romeo. So seriously, there is no TryHackMe room for Golang, which breaks my heart. I gotta be honest. Hey, anyone, any other recommendations for streamers like John Ipsec and Siren? Anyone that streams on Twitch? Truthfully, who is Siren? What about Rust? Look, man, Rust scares me. Rust gives me the hibby-jeebies. I don't know if it's just, I don't know if it's... the syntax is so weird to me. It feels very... Ultratech is medium? Okay. Someone in the chat was saying, yeah, All Has Red, another incredible streamer. Footfix for Sale, GoPro Slowyo, a lot of other great people in the community, in the Twitch world for cybersecurity content. Is this Windows or is this Linux? Enumeration time. This is a medium room, supposedly. Tiberius is, yes, Tiberius is another incredible fella. I cannot start this room because I have to join the room. Savitar for the Spanish speakers. Excellent. I realized that I should be using Obsidian, and I don't. So I should really start to do that more. We're going to do Ultratech because someone in the chat said, yo, John, do Ultratech. And I'm like, all right, cool. Well, sure. Let's freaking do it. I have downloaded Obsidian as an app image, but I kind of feel like I need to install this thing. God, I can't type. Sorry. Should I move that somewhere? Obsidian, put it in opt, maybe? We'll just call it Obsidian. Obsidian. Thank you. Obsidian. Will you run? Gonna get janky. Yeah, super janky, but it works. Can I tell Obsidian a path and then we'll like open this as a path, like as a folder? No, that's annoying. Open demo, open help vault. No, I want to open a folder as a vault. Can I get to where I currently am? NFS CTFs, TryHackMe. I really should have deployed the room. I am awful. Go. Start machine. Thank you. California says, I want to put a video out about it. Yes, Obsidian will be my YouTube premiere. Let's open Ultratech. Yep. Hello? Can I not open that as a folder for some reason? That's weird. I don't know why. I really need to connect to this. Whoa, I was about to make my VPN certificate executable. I'm tired. I don't know if you could tell. We're here to goof off. I tried Obsidian, and I like more write Markdown files on GitHub. Or, I'm sorry, on VS Code. Nice. Why can I not... So... Ultratech is a directory. I literally want to open this as a folder. Let me make a README file. Oh, I have some challenge stuff in there. Opening Sublime Text. Also, people were telling me that I need to hurry up and get on the VS Code bandwagon. King Rapula's upset at me because I'm not using Tmux. I'm truly sorry. That's another one I like to troll. Obsidian will not open the current directory. That's really a bummer. Will it even let me navigate to this? No. All right, let's go this way. We'll just click through it all. Keep it easy, keep it chill, hanging out, having a good time with the music. What am I doing? Ultratech. That was not nice. My search results just went away. How are you guys doing? Alright, we got the README open. There we go. There's Obsidian. Finally. Alright. Tmux and Alacrity. Yeah, click. I know, I really... Whatever. I am connected now, am I not? Yes, please. Good. Got the IP address. Machine is started. We have an IP address. Let's throw that in Obsidian. We'll call this Ultratech. We'll get the current date and my name, just because of habit. Today's Tuesday, September 21st. God, guys, did you guys realize? I don't know if you know. October is like friggin' 10 days away. I'm gonna die. Time is insane. Time is absolute craziness. Let's get a new community plugin here. Let's actually turn off safe mode so that we can get a new community plugin, and let's search for a syntax highlighter editor. There we go. Editor syntax highlighting. I don't know if folks know this. In Obsidian, it's really, really nice to actually have syntax highlighting for code that you're writing while you're still in the editor pane, rather than having to toggle back and forth between it and the preview pane. So you can just go into, oh, you can date, time, and all. Whoa, excuse me? What did you just teach me? How do you do it? See, if you split horizontally, it shows it. Or is there like a way, California, how do you do it? Now push Control E. Am I doing it wrong? Am I pressing Control E wrong? Maybe, I don't know. So the syntax highlighter one, you want to make sure you have installed and then enabled, and then, oh, I could write just like bash or something stupid. And there we go. You got to use templater. Is that what it is? Is that another plugin thing that I have to install? I honestly have like never looked through these Obsidian templater. Create and use templates. Okay. Variables and functions. Oh, that's super slick. You look at this. This is why I stream, is so that I can learn from all of you. That's really nice. Holy cow. Is that it? Templater is one of the community plugins. I dig it. What are we doing tonight? So, Pinpointer, we're just kind of goofing off. I gotta be honest, I don't have a ton of energy with me. It's already midnight. So I'd like to just kind of bump around for a little bit. Maybe try my hand at one TryHackMe room, see how badly I fail. And, you know, stream. Thanks so much for the love, all the follows and subscriptions, everybody. Oh god, everyone's screaming about their dark mode. Does TryHackMe have a dark mode? It should. Anyway, Google Chrome. Dark mode extension. There. This way everyone can like friggin' calm down. Add extension. Make things dark. Please. Dark mode. Pin. Ta-da! Now everyone can no longer have eyeball problems. I don't even know if it's going to work on TryHackMe. TryHackMe's going to be like, eh. Okay, this looks better. This looks better on a refresh. This looks better. It looks disgusting, but it looks better. Dark Reader extension's a good one. Cellophane's like, I like blind mode. All right. Everything is black. This is awful. We're going to get Dark Reader. Just server-side template injection. Yeah, this looks bad. I'm glad you agree, Manipan. We're gonna try this guy and get rid of that other one. Unpin. I probably have to turn that off though. Let's put Dark Reader actually on. On. Dark, light. Brightness off. Contrast off. How do I use this? How do I do this? This feels better. I feel like I have to put the pin back so I can turn off dark mode. No. All right, let's remove the original one, and let's just use dark leader. Wow. What a journey we just went on together. Installing a Google Chrome extension. All right, this is dark mode and actually including colors, so I dig it. California asks, what happens if you dark mode a dark mode? The world may never know. It's enumeration time. All right, what service? All right, we're gonna do stuff. Let's do stuff. Let's friggin' do stuff. Nmap. Nmap tag as CTag as VTaco and enumerate all versions and software scripts, etc. Initial IP. Forgot the friggin' verbose mode. Every time. Added a tilde to the IP address. This is gonna be rough. 8081. All right, so we see some ports. Let's get a stupid nmap scan syntax also written down. Initial on the IP. Good. 881. Thinks it's Node.js. All right. Yeah, I know you can hit V during like while nmap is scanning, and then you'll increase the verbosity. But I feel like it's bad because then you might have missed others. You know. This had some ports returned, but not all of them. Also, VSFTPD, that's kind of whack. You don't often see that. Let's also scan all ports. And let's turn off the service enumeration stuff. Let's just kind of look for all ports, because there is another weird SSH. Or excuse me, supposedly another non-standard port. Which software is using that port? We'll see if that gets anywhere. While I am waiting, I would like to do some enumeration. Ilfisac is also letting me know, John, you can use TAC SCV. Yep, then you don't have to turn off your scan. If you hit V, all those things that we could do. No results just yet. So let's FTP, I suppose. Let's FTP to this IP address, which we know is 10.10.209.131. I'm going to try and log in as an anonymous user, if I could spell anonymous right. And let's see if it lets me in. Login failed. Roger Dodger. We could do some other stuff, like potentially brute forcing passwords on SSH or SFTP, but maybe that's not the road we got to go down. Let's try to go navigate to this. On port 8081, which we know is running that Node.js framework. Age of Music. Age of Music says, you know, John, with as much time as you spend doing these tertiary enumeration scripts, you could put together a Golang script that does it all along. You know what? You're right. You know, I can't deny that. You are absolutely correct. Oh, there's a wacky port number, 31331. We can keep that in mind. With that said, let's go ahead and try to do some directory brute forcing on that 8081, because it didn't look like there was a whole lot there for me. And I'm actually going to end up teeing that out to gobuster.log. Yep. So, we know that 31331 is the other strange non-standard port. Submit that super quick. Do you know Wappalizer? I do know Wappalizer, but I do not often use it. I probably should. I should also probably use some of the other extension, like hack tools. I saw El has Red using that. Is Wappalizer Chrome only? Probably. I should really use this more. I see some other elite folks doing it. I'm not in with the cool kids yet, and I really, really want to be. In fact, I am a wannabe. I'm a wannabe cool kid. All right, so now Wappalizer is a thing. No technologies detected. Okay. Ooh, a /auth. That's kind of an oddball. How about /auth on that? You must specify a login and a password. Disgusting. Let's go check out the friggin' 31331. Is this scan almost done? No? Okay. Let's try opening that as another port, 31331. Why is Dark Reader not triggering on that thing? Anyway, Ultratech seemingly has a web page on 31331. Oh, so now it detected something? Back over here? Yeah, okay, it's got the things. Web frameworks Express, programming language Node.js, Express. Nice. How about this guy? Also Express, Node.js, operating system Ubuntu, Apache. This is actually really nice. In fact, I think that actually tells us the next answer, because that is going to end up being Apache, and we don't have to finish doing our Nmap scan. So, look, we're just tooling it up, everybody. What GNU Ubuntu Linux distribution is using? It's using Ubuntu. Software using the port 8080 is a REST API. How many of its REST routes are used by the web application? Get out of here, friggin' Sublime Text. I don't know why your text is ginormous. Contact us now. That has a weird email domain. Here's our team. John McFamicon, root. Francis Lamitho, Albert Squillo, all these people. I don't know if we're going to need to end up getting into any, like, writing down usernames or writing down potential, like, passwords or emails to see if there's going to be a real thing. But Autonomous Golang, Octomany, hello! Thanks so much for coming to hang out, everybody. It's great to see you all. I didn't realize that we brought like 150 people in here. I don't know how we do it. I don't know how or why. Ooh, there's a comment down here that says, hey, what are you looking at? So the JavaScript JS app.min could be interesting, but it's going to end up being minified. And that's going to be really disgusting to look at. Can I have Dark Reader work on this thing? On a view source? Or is that going to be like a mess? Let me take a quick moment to take a sip, if that's all right. Okay. I've taken my sip. And we may continue. I see some chatter to go work in robots.txt. That's a great idea. In fact, I don't think we even got a GoBuster scan going for the secondary port. So GoBuster tech U, this guy on opt directory wordless. Let's tee that to GoBuster 31331.log. Obviously finds images right away. The next question about the API things that it might use. Oh, you know what? We probably should have checked out this app.min, but it's minified and disgusting. Not going to have any worthwhile information for us here. We could, of course, check that robots.txt kind of as you suggested. Let's see if we get anywhere. Ooh. Good call. Thank you. A UTech sitemap.txt. Kind of weird. Index, what, and partners. What are we doing? Didn't you read the about page? We're doing fintech, bin data, AI, and elite stuff. Maybe you're not elite enough if you didn't precisely understand what our company's about. What the heck is this page? Lots of BS stuff. Partners, there's nothing in here. Nothing else in here. This JS min is... does certs like OSCP help an individual in academic R&D? I mean, in my opinion, it's all just learning. It's all just, like, seeing these to-dos, though. Hey, Dark Lux, thank you so much for the subscription. I super appreciate that. You guys are the best. Oh, we have a private partners area. Is that so? Ooh, this has an API.js, so that was good to find. I see that down in the very, very bottom. Darklux, love all your content. I super appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay, console.warn for debugging. Does this actually execute? Let's get back to this page. I'm gonna hit F12 to open up the developer tools. Whoa. Whoa. The API seems to be running. It looks like it's adding this message over and over and over again. Whoa, I zoomed in way too much. So, what does this do? Let's put this into a better viewer so we can actually make sense of this. Let's set the syntax highlighting to JavaScript. All right, so we try to get to ourself at 8081, which is our API. Whoa, we have a ping command with the check API status, not indented, which makes me want to cry. What is going on with this indentation here? I think I fixed it. I think I did it. All right. So /ping is the thing where you try to ping yourself, and then we get results. Looks like that's enough. There's also auth and an interval for every couple seconds. Okay. So to answer that TryHackMe question of what other routes do we see using, I see 2. Yep, and that is the correct answer. Great. Should I have been using Obsidian to actually view that file? I don't know. Dalboy's talking about, hey, I'm working on a paper regarding resilience within Azure, and I'm struck to find elements that could be improved upon. Coming up short in research. Any recommendations? The oh my god vulnerability? That's an option? Let the fun begin. Now that you know what services are available, it's time to exploit them. Did you find somewhere where you could log in? Great. Quick and dirty login implementations usually go with poor data management. There must be something you can do to explore this machine more thoroughly. There is a database lying around. What is its file name? We just made a big jump. If there's a database lying around and now we have a potential file name, I don't know about that. Let's get back to that page, because ping is a thing, supposedly. Whoa. Whoa. And I could pass in an IP address. Can I ping localhost? How about that? Looks like it works. Let's try and do that as a curl command. And that gets the results. Can I run other commands? Nope. Maybe. How about that? That ran without output. Who am I? No. Okay. How about trying to listen? So sudo tcp dump tech item 0 icmp, and let's see if I can ping myself. I don't think we need GoBuster running all that much anymore. I do want to know what my IP address is, and I want to get the syntax right, because Linux can just ping forever. Oh. Wait, no. I should see that, or unless it's going to end up coming through on loopback. It is going to end up being a ping tax C, though. Can you run it with semicolon? I don't think I could. It looked like it wouldn't let me. Didn't go through. I'm just trying other command injection techniques momentarily. Temporary failure in name resolution. We could, of course, just try to ping ourselves. Okay, and so we see it come through just with a single ping. Can we do command substitution? How about who am I? See that one right there? You see that one? You see that one? You look at him right here? That one right there? Okay, okay. There's a little command injection real quick. So I am just using backticks right there to run a command. Let's run the ID command. And, ooh, it's going to be concatenated, which is kind of be a jerk. Let's base64 encode that. And that did weird things. That did really weird things. Can I base64 the file system? Why not try to API with /health or /status? Totally could, absolutely could. I don't know if it will return. Like we could have it curl itself at this point. Can I base64 this thing? Oh, you know what? It's probably taking just the very, very last like line. Let's use a TACW0 to make it all one long line, and let's see if it actually spits it all out. Nice. Exfiltrated the database in a horrible, disgusting way. All right, anyway, let's subl, what is it? utech.db.sqlite. That's the name of the file. I am going to rename this and save it as .b64. Perfect. This should end up being what we want to submit for that question. What is the first user's password hash? Well, let's try. Ooh, that's a good idea for some folks trying to run the command for OS. Yes, I should totally add a command for the OS. Nightwolf, or Siri, excuse me, Nightbot. I need to maybe do some stuff with. All right, so we've got the Utech SQLite base64. Let's try and decode that thing. And let's redirect that out to a utech.db.sqlite on its own. Yeah, so now I have that, and it is a SQLite 3 database. So, do I have SQLite browser? No. I like to use SQLite browser because it has a stupid GUI. And for things like a database, like for things like a SQLite, that would actually be kind of handy. So, while that's installing, give me another moment for a quick sip. All right. Sorry. Excuse me. What's the difference between apt and apt-get? Apt-get should be older. I believe that was on some of the old Debian instances. Apt is kind of the more modern one and new-ish. That was a horrible answer to your question. I'm super sorry. SQLite browser. Hey, look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Look at that. See how it looks. Look at that. That. Let's browse data. And now we've got some fields here. I don't think I can zoom in on this nice and easy for you, but I do see some passwords here, password hashes. I should try and actually take notes. Not gonna lie, I didn't really do any of that, so I really didn't take any notes at all. So people are gonna yell at me. The internet's gonna yell at me. Exfiltrated data from the database. Super explanatory. Here, let me copy and paste my curl command. These are my notes. I'm sorry. Folks are asking, hey, what's that program to take notes? I'm using Obsidian right there. Really nice one. I should probably make other folders or do other things with it, but we're goofing, you know? What is the first user hash password? That should have been admin 0d0 this thing, and I can go ahead and paste that in. What is the password associated with that hash? Excuse me. I guess you wanted root. Fine, you can have root. Okay, what is the password associated with this hash? Let's go to our everyone's favorite crack station. Hey, Fresh says, I love your work, John. Have a good night. Thank you so much. Fireblast says, hello. Hello, Fireblast. Thank you for coming to hang out. Great to see everybody. All right, so we cracked that hash. Or crack station, crack that hash. Root's password, crack hash to this thing. Yiggles, what are you doing, my friend? It's great to see you, buddy. How's life? How's the world? How's reality? How's existence? We're just hanging out, dude. It's super good to see you. I hope all's well. Congratulations if you made it this far. You should be able to comfortably run commands on the server by now. Exactly, I always could. Now's the time for the final step. You'll be on your own for this one. There's only one question. It might be more than a single way to reach your goal. Mistakes were made, take advantage of it. What were the first 9 characters of the root user's private key? Oh boy. Oh boy, dang. Holly G, let's get a shell. So do we have netcat? We do. Alright. So, you know, I guess we could kind of like log in. Although, I don't know if we need to because we have this command injection vulnerability. Can I just run netcat through the friggin' thing? Not gonna lie. Little Dee, thank you so much for your extended subscription. Super appreciate that. Lucky Banana says hello. Vidat says, thank you for introducing me to Obsidian. Learned about it from your VOD with David Bomble. David and Chuck is basically the reason I decided to get into this. Hey, that's great. That's great to hear. Both of those are genius fellas. Hopefully David and I are going to get together for another cool jam session pretty soon. But let's do some horrible things with PwnCat. Let's get into PwnCat. Let's source environment bin activate to turn on the virtual environment. Let's try and use PwnCat with LP quad 9. So now she's listening. Where's the Golang? Oh, I guess we haven't really done anything. we haven't scripted anything yet, have we? We just ran curl. Do we want to try and like log in? Maybe this will give us more access. Let's just friggin' try and get a reverse shell. Might as well. We might as well. We got netcat Mike FIFO. And it already knows my IP address and port number because I clearly did this previously. So, can I run this? Except this is going to end up piping stuff. That's probably going to break things. Yeah, that's not going to have fun. What about Python? Oh god, I killed many things. Do we have Python? I would have to think that we do. We do. Alright, so let's try and just run a stupid Python reverse shell. Or, I mean, we very likely just have bash. Maybe just the pure bash one will work just fine. This might die, but it's worth a try. Yeah. Do we need to specify the bash tax C wrapper surrounding that? Yep. Something gets wonky with those. It says the backticks don't like it. We could try the $sign representation. I don't know if that actually runs commands. No, it didn't like that either. Oh, we're running in SH. That's kind of gross. How about a bash tax C $? Who am I? That'll try and execute the command. Yep, doesn't like the parentheses. It's gonna make Python whine. Do we have the netcat version? Like the old school netcat version? That did not like. You know what? We probably shouldn't be goofing off with this. Let's just try and log into that stupid account that we have. They're over in partners, and the credentials were root with zeros, and that password there. Hey root, excuse me. Hey root, can you please have a look at the server's configuration? The intern did it, and I really don't trust him. Thanks. The server's configuration? You mean like a .htaccess file? Yeah. It's not gonna work. Can I get to .ht access on that other port? 3331? Don't have access. However, we very, very likely could look at that in... That's weird. Oh, I can't pipe though. I still can't pipe. Yeah, I mean, you could cat the SSH key. Do I? How about that? Do I have an SSH key? Let's run well, I can't base 64. I can only read files in this way. This is lame. No such file or directory. I totally don't have the root permissions, though. Do we have curl? We do. Okay, so then let's make this easier on ourselves. Let's try to host a... what should we do? Well, we can't pipe to bash, can we? Gosh. Some chat ideas coming in. What if the pipe and the thing you're piping into the command can be in quotations? I might be wrong. Can you get a W? Can you W get a shell on that boy? Yes, I feel like we very likely could. Which room is it? This is Ultratech. We're just about at the end, just trying to get a shell. Wrestling with this for a little bit. We got wget. We also have curl. Seemingly we can't pipe to bash, it seems, though. And we also can't seem to use... It seems like we can't use parentheses. How about echo... Who am I? Yeah, it doesn't like those parentheses one bit. Check those directories you found earlier. What do you... So it looks like I'm only getting... Dumb question, but can you character escape it? You mean like character escape the percent signs? Or the dollar signs? Backslash? Yeah, backslash escaping on... Nah, I don't think so. I could be wrong. Did you save the stream? Yes, of course. Oh, try to use %20? I hate curl because of that. Is it time to whip out character escape the pipe? Let's try that. I don't know. Did that work? So we... what's a good one to try? We could try just cat at setra hosts and backslash pipe to base 64, maybe? No. Oh, it doesn't like the space. That's kind of weird. Excuse me. Try URL encoding. So the reason I'm using curl is so that I don't have to deal with that. I could do it in a script. In new rule, we have to do it in Golang. But is that really going to save much? Yeah, you don't think it likes the space? Well, we were able to... Can't you use a shellcode if you can inject code? I'm not exactly positive what you're thinking there, Justine. Is there FTP? There was FTP. Yes. You can try read setter password. That comes through. So spaces it was totally cool with because we were able to base 64 tac W all of this. In which case, this gives us a setter password. No, sorry, echo, not cat. Ta-da. Okay, so there's the root user. Oh my god, we could probably just stink an SSH in. Are we dumb? I'm pretty sure I'm dumb. Oof. Big oof. What do you think? Is it literally going to be the same password? Share credentials? Look at us, over-engineering like crazy. Let's do a quick sudo attack L. See, no, we cannot. Okay. Let's go in to the root directory. Do we have access in /root? No, we do not. Do we still have access in /roots.ssh? No, we do not. How about the folder? Just in case, nope, sometimes it's crazy. Redeemed highlighted message. I think it considers the pipe as part of the argument where you use /pipe instead of using pipe as an operator. Oh, goodness, we're at like 180 followers. People hanging out. People watching. What are you guys doing, dude? Great to see everybody. I super appreciate you coming to hang out. Let's privilege escalate, I suppose. You know what? Maybe Pwncat could help figure this shit out for us. Get to show him some love. We'll do root at... what was the IP address? I repeatedly forget. Also added an HTTP schema there. Really stupid. Good. Let's get the password. All right. We got a shell. We are not root, even though we are claimed to be root. Pwncat does not want to right now. Never mind. Every time I try to use it, it explodes. Yeah. Everyone's like, you want to look at for some set UID binaries? I suppose we should. So find the /, the root of the file system. Let's look for permissions with 4000. And let's look for, and I guess ignore everything that would return error for us. So we send standard error to 2. To dev null, sorry. Standard stream to 2. Ooh. A lot of stuff coming through. Can you write with the URL IP? I'm not sure. Ooh, Vidath has a good type being file. That's a good idea. Kind of make it a little bit better for only finding files. That's a good call. None of these stick out to me. I gotta be honest. I don't know. Is there any? Am I being blind? Are there any that stick out to you? This new UID map looks a little weird, but I feel like that might just be something that I'm not aware of. Let's go into opt, see if there's anything weird in there. Oh, yeah, containerd. Are we in... Oh, we are in the Docker group. Great. Do we have Docker command? Standby. Standby. Okay. So while we're waiting for that, let's go grab the GTFO bin syntax to just blow up with Docker. They have a super quick shell right here. Yep. Okay, cool. I see the output from Docker. We do have Docker. We are in the Docker group. Let's create an Alpine latest thing. Ooh, it can't... Unable to find image Alpine latest locally. ZeroDix J Smith is asking, John, what time is it at your location? It's currently 1:07 in the morning. First list images with Docker. Oh, that's a good idea. See if there actually is anything that's present. Yeah, bash. Okay, sure. Cool, man. I dig it. Docker run mount to mount. You can remove it. Run bash. It's probably going to give it to me right away. Yep. Dumbo. So now we go into the mount directory. Now we can go into root. Incredible. And then we have private.txt. And that is the game. Nice work. Nice work. The first 9 characters of the root user's private SSH key. He should have a .ssh directory, which he does. Let's get IDRSA, and let's cut the first 9 characters. Is that how that works? I think it's head, or what? Invalid number F9? No, I think it's head. Head text C9. Yeah. Is that what you're asking? Or do you mean these? What are the first 9 characters of the root user's private SSH key? Like the base 64? Is really the answer that you want? You don't have like a flag or a normal token of completion of the key? Am I being stupid? Am I being dumb? No. Great success. Hoopla. Well, we had fun, ladies and gentlemen. We really did. Thanks so much for hanging out. Yeah. So, I guess it is 1 a.m. If we were to do anything in this in Go, maybe we could have it tinker with some of those executing commands. That might be fun and enjoyable. And if we were to try and recreate this, what could we do? We could recreate the node.js portion. I mean, we could just friggin' swipe that, I think. Could we not? We are root now. Home, dub. Oh shoot, I'm in the Docker container, so what we could do to get pure root on actual thing is just make the mounted bash set UID bit. So then when I break out of the container, I can still run bash, but maintain that permission, and now I'm root on the actual file system. That's a stupid thing we could do, but it works, you know? So, thanks so much, Eagles. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, what's going on in the home directory with our boy dub. He's got a little API folder. And if PSA rep node is running, API node.js. Oh. Excuse me? Oh, sorry, index.js. I'm literally stupid. Okay, it's got a shell exec. That's kind of nice. Could you make breaking out of container in Python? I don't exactly know what you mean. J Beers. Hey John, how are you? I'm doing well. Thanks so much. Boohey, thank you so much for the subscription. I super appreciate it, my friend. Let's, just for funsies, let's not recreate this thing, but let's try to like mess with it and oh, I super appreciate all the gift subscriptions. GoPro Slow, you're the best. Let's make a Golang directory. And I guess just let's go into the Golang directory. Let's do a main.go. And then let's just throw shit into a text editor. Package main, because it's going to be the main package. Create a format import. Do the nice import proper thing. And let's do a format.println says stupid hello world. Okay, I'm gonna hit Control B to see if I can run this. Looks like I can. I don't have govet set up, I don't think. So, can I install a package? Golang. An opinionated plugin for Golang. Do it. Install that, please. Okay. Now I should theoretically have govet. Yeah. Incredible. Okay. So I'm pretty sure, and I might be wrong, it's net/HTTP to go ahead and go get that functionality. Let's get to this. URL is this ping, and then we do http.get, capital G, I believe. with the URL, and then how do I pass in those parameters? Golang. Oh God, Golang HTTP get. Oh, sorry. Fireblast says, when you broke out of the container, you mentioned that you didn't want to lose root permissions. Is there a way that you could write that in Python as a script? Like how I maintained the bash set UID thing? Yes. Okay, that your question is yes. Yeah. I mean, you could if you really wanted to. Python add setUID bit to path. No. I want to add a setUID bit on a file. I guess it would have to be like a chmod thing. I would have to Python chmod. Can I specify? I know of OS chmod, but I'm not sure how to use it for the above line. I wonder if it'll let us do that. So let's do something wacky. If you really want to do this in Python, as Fireblast is asking, let's remove the setUID bit that we have on bin bash right now. Cool. So now if I were to try and run bash tac p, I don't retain the privileges. I could go back to run that Docker command that I had previously. So now I am root in the Docker container where the original root file system is mounted in /mount. So if I were to try and use Python, which I don't even have in this Docker container, maybe that's not going to be the most worthwhile demonstration. I don't think I could actually showcase that. If you had the privileges, though, right, you would be able to run Python import os and then os.chmod on bin bash. We would, of course, need to add the mount prefix so you get into the root file system of the original container. And then you can set the permissions that you want. So we saw on the Stack Overflow forum, sure, you could use 000, you could use 0777 to make it all writable, but kind of as you saw with the perm that we were just using for the find syntax when we tried to look for a setUID bit, I believe if we were to just add a 4 here for the very, very initial mode, it would make that a setUID bit one. And because I don't have this mounted, of course, that's not going to work. And because I don't have permission to do that as a low privilege user, that isn't going to work. Zcosec has brings up a great point. Hey, John, don't forget to hydrate yourself. I super appreciate that. Let me take a quick sip, everybody. Just a moment. Not that Monster Energy, yeah, hydrates you. Not that really doesn't have the same effect. You know? Yeah, Monster at 1 a.m. to hydrate yourself. What more could we do? How could I want to showcase that. Let's try it. Let's see if it works. Can't you mount path to Python from the container? Ooh, yeah. Yeah, you're totally right. Let's try and do that. Mount user bin Python? Shoot, where would it be? Python 3? Bin Python? Let's exit. Oh god, caps lock. Which Python? User bin Python. Why was that not a thing? Did it just not let me? ls mount. User bin Python. ls Python. What the funk? It's got to be a symlink. That's what it is. It's got to be a symlink. Let's do ls-tackla which on Python. And it'll probably tell me, yeah, Python 2.7, which is going to end up being user... Oh, sorry, you can't see that. Python 2.7 is over there. So user bin Python 2.7 in the same current directory? Yeah, that's it. That's what it would have been. Okay. Now, let's get back to what we were doing. We're in our Docker container as root. We can run Python through this through mount user bin Python 2.7. Incredible. Excuse me? Hello? Why? 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 Excuse me? Okay. Look, man, I'm sorry. I don't think I can showcase this anymore. Realistically, all you need to do... Let's do it on the host. You know what? Let's do it on my friggin' computer. Let's do it on my own machine. I don't care. We just turn it off. Sudo Python. How about that? How about that? Before I do this, let's ls-tackla bin bash. So you can see that bash does not have any set UID privileges. If I were root, and if I had privileges as root, let's actually use bpython. Yeah, this is a deep rabbit hole. I'm super sorry. Why am I uploading this to YouTube? There's literally no reason. bpython, import os dot chmod bin bash on 0 octal with the O 4777. Yeah? I think so. It worked. Close out of that. Check out bin bash. There we go. Set UID, also all 7. That's all you need to do in Python. I don't know why you'd want to do that. You could just run chmod plus s from the terminal. But now, on my computer, bin bash will always be a privilege escalation vector. Just kidding. Let's get rid of that. And I think those privileges were 755 bin bash. Yeah. Yep. Okay, cool. Dunzo. Yeah, this is just a virtual machine. Yep, you're right. I'm just memeing. Anyway, we were busy experimenting with Golang before we went off on that extreme tangent. We were trying to understand what do we need to pass to this get function to include parameters. And it would be nice if it would actually tell me. Could be useful if there are weak permissions on a Python script where we could write to it and get executed by root instead of getting a first shot. Yeah, you're totally right. I mean, there's always a lot of different ways to do things in different languages, and that's why I think it's really great to try it in either way, one way or the other. Why can I pass in these key URL values like the same way you could as like in a GET request? Because I see them doing that in a POST request. But I would like to be able to do that in a GET request. Yeah, I really dislike burp, not gonna lie. Folks probably know that I don't like it. I literally just don't know the syntax here. So I'm so used to a requests library like in Python, where you could pass in like a dictionary, what would be a map in Golang, to actually include parameters for what you're actually looking for. Oh, there we go. So we have a post body for posting. But can you get with that? You know? Or do you really just need to... Do you really just need... I guess you just have to pass it as a URL. Do you really just have to pass it as a URL? Because that's kind of stupid. It kind of defeats the purpose of me wanting to do this. Not gonna lie. However, is there a Golang like URL encode? Golang HTTP URL encode. How about that? Percent encoding. Yep. Query escape. Oh, net/URL. That. That's what I want. That's what I want to see. Net/URL. Imported but not used. I know. Give me a moment, GoVet. Give me just a sec. The function is called query escape. Yeah. Let's say command can equal something. How about, I guess, payload can equal URL escape of command. And now I can't use F strings as I would have liked to in... How about who am I? This might let us play with it a little bit more and actually have better access through this sort of thing. There's no Golang F string. You kind of have to just format it in. Golang format string? It's sort of a scanf things, is it not? Sprintf, that's what it is. Is there literally any other way to do that? Not gonna lie. Or is fsprintf just the way to go? sprint? That's pretty wacky, but kind of works. Sprint looks cleaner to read. We went from Ultratech to Ultra John real quick. I appreciate that. Oh, they try to like carve it out with its own disgusting interface and a whole templating language. That's wacky. I mean, it works. It would do it. Okay, I've had enough. I've had enough fun. I'm pretty sure I just want sprint. And if we're concatenating that crap, it's going to end up being like gross, but it will do it. So, yeah. Oh, need a closing parentheses. You idiot. Expected a semicolon. Why? What are you talking about, vet? Am I doing that wrong? Overgrown Carrot, thanks so much for coming to hang out. Great to see you. We're just goofing off with Go. I think GoVet, I think you're drunk. I think you're just drunk, GoVet. Let's sprint. Well, sprint should be able to theoretically do it, right? Oh my god, I was passing it along as like an array when it didn't need to be one. I was just bad. I was just bad. Payload, you do what you want to do, my friend. So print line. No, I was the one who was drunk. I see you in the chat. Executing command. Yeah, let's just slap it in. And that should just be command, I think. Yep. So let's not even run the get URL. Oh, it's not even used? You stinking fools. How about if we run it? Okay. But format sprint line doesn't do it. Oh, it has to be returned. You could do that, but it's kind of disgusting. Yeah, Energy Panther saying, "Damn, this is making me want to learn Go." You should do it, dude. I think it's fun. I'm enjoying it. Can you sprint ff line? Sprint flin? No. No, you cannot. Yeah, I know it's weird that you can't have like unused variables, but life will go on. Where can I find this playlist? So this is Stream Beats. If you're enjoying the tunage, yeah. You could just format.println friggin' a sprint though. Sprint is really weird to kind of say. Executing command. Executing command ID. That's not awful. That looks still weird. But it's not awful. Alright, so we run our get request. And now how do we get the body? I think it's a response can equal this. Hey, thank you so much for the follow for We're Hacking Live. Let's go ahead and format.println response.body. I think that's it. One variable but get returns two variables. Oh, so we gotta do the classic is error thing. If error does not equal nil, format. Oh, let's import OS so we can cleanly die. Print line. Is there a print to standard error in Golang? I genuinely don't know, but that would be kind of nice to use. Python or Go or Rust or Nim or assembly. Why not add \n? You could just add \n. I just really don't like to. It's so annoying that I have to remember that every time. I just want a print statement, man. I'm teasing. Failed to request URL, and at that point we might as well just freaking add the well, it's significant. It's going to be significantly easier than writing format.sprint out every time. So import and not use OS. Do the OS dot kill yourself. OS exit. Sorry, should have said something a little bit more. False. So it gets a response, but Golang HTTP client. You literally return it in the body. The response body, handle.close. Let's do a defer response.close because we apparently need to do that. Oh, response.body.close because we're going to end up reading it. So we could use contents to equal response.body read all, it seems. IO.read all? You need to have IO all the time? That's wacky, though. Like, a lot of those I don't know if I want. Like, I don't... Like, this is not... Read all not declared? What is IO pulled from in Golang? Golang IO package? There's a prefix to it. Isn't there something? Or is it's part of the standard IO? No. How do you import this? I'm so bad. I'm literally so bad. I'm literally the worst. Golang import IO. Oh, it's IO util. I want to die. I think that's it. Is it not? IO util? And then you just have it? Or am I thinking of the wrong thing? I am. I am thinking of the wrong thing. No. Read all is right here. With the io.reader. Oh. VS Code just lets you do it? That's kind of wacky. Let me try and run it as IO. Yeah, I know you should like use an IDE, but then you also don't learn much because you're relying on your computer to figure it out for you, which is both good and bad. I think for the sake of learning, sometimes it's really good to just force yourself to see where the problems are, and that way you like know. Sure, it helps you code faster, definitely. But then if something were to go wrong and you later aren't in that IDE, well, okay, now you're a fish out of water. It's a balance, right? It's kind of, you decide what you're into. VS Code or bust. VS Code or die. Declare but not used. I don't care. I just want to see the contents. Executing command ID. Disgusting. Return it all as bytes. Let's get it as a string. Ayo. Okay, so let's do some more clever things by trying to figure out how we could get this command to genuinely execute. Could we now use pipes? Because that would be a game changer. Nope, still can't. What in that code was the problem? Let's get to home. Oh no, we need to get to mount. Home, dub. API. And index.js had this shell command. So shell exec command ping ping replaces any pipe. All those with the empty string. Okay. Oh no, Mr. Apu, Kite's been like falling. Kite was bought by another company? That's a bummer. They paid me earlier. I'm a Kite person. They help sponsor, which I super appreciate and I love about them. So whenever someone clicks on a link of Kite of mine, then I get a little bit of a takeaway, which is wonderful. Guys, how can we bypass this? What is this what more can we do about this blacklist? So, oh, you should drop that link? Yeah? Is that right? Let me go find it. Hold on, if that's okay. Energy Panther, I appreciate you wanting to support, so I'm going to totally take up on that offer. And let me go check it out on the YouTubes real quick. And then I will rake in. Totally selfishly cheating. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting close to 300,000 YouTube subscribers, which is kind of unreal, not gonna lie. With that said, here you go. Here is the jam. If you'd like to support the channel, check out Kite. I don't even know if this link works though, because everyone's been saying, yeah, Kite's kind of not responding. No, the page loads. Cool. Oh god, it auto downloads the Kite setup? Awful. Oh man, all these commands that we need to add. You guys, thank you for keeping me honest. All right, back to this. Jank. Back to this. How can we bypass this? So availability would, maybe we could literally just run a new command, like in a new line. Their shell would, let's try and add a new line. Well, do you think that would work? 'Cause then you get the output. Let's try it. Nope. That whines. Invalid option tac W. Oh, because it's upset. So we could base64 encode the data. How do we execute it? You could curl your box and then just run commands like, yeah, but how are we going to pipe it to bash? Crazy nuts. Like, the pipe character is replaced. So this, from what I understand, it is replacing it. Energy Panther. Right, you could base64 encode and decode, but how will you... You know what you... Encode the pipe? Yeah, why does the pipe appear twice in the list? That is kind of whack. What do you mean by encode the pipe? We got our backticks in the mix. And that will allow us to do things. We can redirect with greater than and less than symbols. So that gives us file control. We can base64 encode things. Can you have bash read from a file with a bash script? Like, could you do... let's move into temp on this box. Let's nano a script.sh. Let's do a bin bash echo hello. Let's echo hello once again, piped to base64 tac W0. How about that? So if we had that, could we use bash and then redirect that script.sh? We could. That could work. So horrible, disgusting thing, we could run a command that we would want. The pipe would stand for or and regex if it is wrapped in parentheses. Loev says, hey, what's the goal of this script? Return some script from a URL? Yeah, sorry. So I don't know if you were here when we were kind of playing with this TryHackMe room just previously, but we had a simple command injection vulnerability and some cheeky API. We rooted the box and everything, but now we're just sort of playing with Golang, just for the sake of exploration, explorers, you know? So what we could do is we could base64 encode our command and then write it to a file, base64 decode it, write it to a file, and then run it. Yeah? How about that? So, I guess run command will now be a thing, and we'll need encoding / base64. That's how you use this in Golang. So how about we would do echo way nested pipe to base64 as our command that we want to run. And then we'll do base64 data. That can go ahead and equal our base64 dot standard, I think it's STD encoding, standard encoding, dot encode to string of, whoa, sorry, base60, or sorry, run command. Will that work, or does govet you whine at me? It needs to be done as a bytes. So let's use a byte cast on that. Yeah. Base64 data declared but not used. Okay, totally understood. Then we'll use format sprintf so we can get our command to echo base64 data. That should actually be the representation. Wah! Wah! Yeah. So let's put that in. Can we use forward slashes? We can use forward slashes. Echo slank. Whoa. Echo that into. And we can't use semicolons, but that's kind of fine. We can stage this multiple times. Am I right? So echo the base64 thing into b64, temp.b64, and then we run it. Yeah. So realistically, this is going to end up being a disgusting thing, but we're probably going to want to run this multiple times. So we could be staging. Yeah, OJ Smith is like, why are we coding in Go? We just wanted to play with Golang for a little bit. We're just trying to get better with it. Will you add emotes to unlock? I have 400 stream points. I don't know anything about Twitch, not going to lie. And don't know how to add emotes. I'm kidding. Sort of. Is this Python? No, this is Golang. Right, I just joined the Discord. Thank you so much. I super appreciate it. Appreciate all the follows. Appreciate all the love. This is great, everybody. Fantastic to see you. Okay, we've written the base64 to a thing. Now we could redirect it out and then run it again. We can't use semicolons, but we can run multiple commands however times we do this. So realistically, as disgusting as this is going to be, I think we're just going to end up copying this for the moment, and then we can clean it up later. What I want to do is run another thing of this where command and payload and all of these could very well exist. String has no field in it. Why? Oh, shoot. We're overriding the URL. Okay, so we should call that target URL or something stupid. And honestly, we should try and loop this. We really, really should. So we could have a list. Is that right? We can make a list of commands. I think that should be list of commands. I'm writing this very, very verbosely so I can kind of understand my life in front of me. But we'll have a string of echo sprintf. Yeah? Is that right? Undeclared base64 data. So base64 data should be this. List of commands declared but not used. That's totally fine. So after we do that, then we want to read in base64 from that file after we decode it, yeah, into a temp staged .sh. How about that? And we no longer need the base64 data there. We need to close that out. And then we can just simply run that. Could we not? Missing new line in composite literal. Why? Why? Am I not parsing that right? So that doesn't need a friggin... What is the error? Expecting comma. Hey, thank you so much for the raid. So great to see y'all. Thank you so much. Super appreciate you coming to hang out. What am I doing wrong? I have to ask. Golang or array, Golang slice of strings. Disgusting. I'm physically embarrassed that I have to do this. Can I not define them that way? No, you can. Is it just because I'm trying to run this script like that? Like, is it because of this? No, it's not. Chat, I need your help. Chat. Literally failing over strings inside of a list inside of Golang. Goes to show how friggin' awful I am at this language so far. Chat, the ultimate debugger. That's really good, Dangerous Dave. You're totally right. The semicolon too close? What semicolon? Where? All right, good. Someone else is just as confused as I am, and I appreciate that. For command in range list of commands. I think I do that so index and command in length of that, so I can do a format.println command. How about that? And then let's tone all this out for the moment. So use that run. Syntax error, unexpected new line, expecting comma, or this thing. Is it just because there are multiple lines you're super upset? No. You literally are upset because it was all... What the funk? How about that? How about that? How about that? What the fuck? So it was literally just because the closing curly brace was on a different line? I hate you, Go. Why? Okay. Anyway, stop whining about these loops, please. I don't care. I would like to see my loop run, please. Okay, that works and would theoretically run. Just as a sanity check, let's see it. Let's echo this to a temporary directory, which will exist, temp.b64. Yep. And then we will base 64 the input from that and throw it into temp stage.txt, which is echo way nested to base 64, and then we'll go ahead and run it with bash on its own, just like this, which will work. Okay, so for each command, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and grab the payload. And then all of this would have been executed. Yeah? We'll call that target URL with the payload passed in. Oh, and URL should have been... no. URL needs to be imported now. That's the problem. Yep. Close all that. And use of package URL not in selector? Yes, because it is no longer called that. It is called now target URL. Please go undefined variable contents. That's because it is out of the for loop and I want to pass that out. Ooh, gross. How commence? How are you guys spending time with me? So how are you seriously sticking with this absolute insanity? I want contents to live on past this for loop. Golang. Keep variable after for loop. Is that how you explain what you want? I want to use it. There we go. Var random string is that, and then at the very, very end, I want to use it. Is this you have to use closures? Crap like that? That's so weird. Oh, you have to just define it outside of that? Okay. So contents can end up being a buffer. Yeah? That'll return bytes, will it not? Good night. Thanks so much for hanging out, the sleeper. Yeah, you have to define it before the loop. I follow. Thank you. So var, I believe that's bytes, right? Contents declared but not used. Yes, it should be. Do it. Ping this thing. It worked! So you can see the output of literally anything. Yeah? With that said, let's try to ls-tac LA. Will that work? No. Is it not clobbering staged? Is that what it is? Or bash staged? Staged. Oh, it's because I made it as a different user. God freaking damn it. I want to die. How about that? Will this work? No. Why? We've created a .sh script, which is still repeatedly running the thing that I no longer want to run. Why is echo way nested in here? Base64 data is going to end up being the base64 implementation of ls-tac LA, not way nested. How do? Why be? Etc. What? Excuse me? Is anyone else really weirded out by that? Why is it not running this command and repeatedly running the other one? I don't understand. Oh, it's freaking the .base64 file is still owned by .root. And it never got clobbered or removed. Okay. Okay, all is well. All is well. But we still probably can't redirect everything out with multiple lines. So we can't get full command output unless... Now we've escaped our filters. So maybe what we have to do is we have to encode everything, pipe it, and then, yeah, that's what we have to do. We're spending too much time on this, but I'm having fun. So, So run command will now equal format dot sprint for sprint of original run command, and then let's add in a base64 tac w tac 0. So when we get the response, we want to strip it, and I think you can do that. I think you can have a, so I guess we could just call string contents can be declared to equal that, and then you can run string contents trim left, I believe. Golang string trim left. Yeah, because I'll get rid of shit. Trim left. S. To remove a prefix, use trim prefix. Yeah, let's do that one. So we want trim prefix. So strings in the prefix string. That is included in the strings package. So we need to import string up there on its own, and then we do strings.trim prefix string contents dear god ping colon that thing, and then redefine it. So before we do all that, well, no, it's gonna whine about me not having that done. Thanks so much for hanging out, Vidath. What's the story behind the 010 in the username? So truthfully, I never had John Hammond available on its own. I don't know why. And I just needed some technical thing. So I just used 010 because like whatever close to binary. So there's that. Format.println string contents. Cannot find package string because you need to be strings with an S, you fool. There we go. Now we have a name or service not known that we need to trim out. So str contents can equal strings dot trim suffix. Str contents that. And now we have all that, but we should be able to base64 decode that. So we can finally say output will equal base64, standard encoding, decode to string. What a horrible thing. Yeah, why are we spending so much time? It's 2 o'clock in the morning, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out, everybody. Decode string bytes of our str contents. So we can finally have a... Oh, encoding has no field or methods. Decode is type. Why? Is it from string? No. Golang base64. Keyboard clacking is louder than the music. Oh, shoot, sorry. Microphone was probably a little too low. Decode. Decode. Why can I encode a string but not... decode string. Dear God. You take the string, return bytes. Yeah. Decode string, which will take the string contents on its own. Two-valued, because that's going to return an error. So if error does not equal null. Yep, thank you, good catch. I see you, Hex J. Smith. Do a little format print line. Failed to decode base64 response. And then we'll do an exit. Wow. What to find under... capital letter. Two valued base64 standard encoding decode string content value type byte error while single value is expected. What? What? Decode string returns a bytes and array. So output is going to be bytes. What are you talking about? Data error equals standard encoding decode string of string. I did that. That's what we're doing. Oh. Because I was casting it from string. I'm an idiot. Failed to decode base 64 response. Why? That's a super bummer. What do we got? What do we got in our friggin' string return? Thank you so much for the follow, everybody. It's great to have you hanging out. We're just goofing off, playing with some Python. What are we coding? So in the previous couple minutes, we were doing a TryHackMe room, and we found a command injection vulnerability that would allow us to run commands. However, there was a little bit of a black filter and some evasion techniques in the way. So we thought, well, it would be fun to mess with this, and I wanted to do some Golang. So we started to mess with it, and that's about it. Okay. String contents did not trim my name or service not known crap. I think because it needs to have the new line present, maybe? Is that what it needs? That is what it needs. Ah. All right. I think we just finished it up. I understood 2 words of that. What is the time left in the box? So we completed the machine before this got started. But we now have a working run command thing. Perfect. We could try to make it take arguments. Yeah, you want me to make it take arguments? So how do you normally do that? Like, I'm asking you personally, HexJSmith. Like, I'm using getOpt. I've been using flag. Yeah, now you can reverse shell it nice and easy. Super duper quick. But yeah, now we could literally just run whatever we wanted to. Actually get the whoami output. Why did we not get the whoami output? Or did some of these die? What? Why? Flag would be the easiest way to go. Yeah, I agree. Just because it's kind of like taking a mandatory parameter, right? Why is this failing? Yeah, you could use os.args1, but that would be really gross. That's really good. Temporary failure in name resolution. Ooh. So we also kind of have to kill that too, don't we? I feel like we need to add our own delimiters or something. Because there's the potential for this sort of thing to be eventually like in the output. But Major Elk, this is, by the way, what I was talking about before I asked if you could write from the URL before. Yeah. There's a function to write trim right from colon onwards. That would be a good idea. However, I don't know. Maybe we could split on the colons. Maybe that would have been an option. Why don't you use any IDE? I just like to be able to, I don't know, mess with stuff by hand. Well, I'm glad we were able to stage this way, Major Elk. This was kind of fun. This was kind of neat. And gave me a good excuse to play with Golang for a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, do it with strings.split, stir, del, and then you have a slice, which 0 will be your base 64. So I would want to join some of that split strings, though, because there's a potential that there's a colon like in the command output, you know? But that would be probably a better way to do that. Yeah, exactly. You'd have to join, or at least you should, up to like from the first to the last and get everything in the middle. Yeah. Well, this has been kind of fun, and I realized it would be good to get arguments in here, or maybe like make a loop. Can you make a loop? Like read in user input and then run it? Golang read user input. Ta-da. I literally don't know. Reader. buffio.newReader. Is that the cleanest way to do that? Because that's annoying. My music died and I'm very sad, so I'm going to turn that back on super quick. All right. Or you could use buffio scanner. Also janky. What's the ugliest code you've ever seen? Oh, totally malware. Fireblast. Hey, John, I'm hopping off for the night. Thanks for teaching me a lot of things about Python. See you around. Hey, thanks so much, Fireblast. Super appreciate you hanging out. Appreciate all the love and support, my friend. Have a good night. Reading in full sentences. Reader read string, new line. That would work. Buffio scanner. That might have to be it. That might have to be what we do. That takes it from buffio. Yeah, let's do buffio. Carlo Catano, thank you so much for the follow. I have to say it and sound very, very Twitch-esque. You know what I mean? Buffio.scanner, is that the syntax? New scanner, ick. os.standardin, and that needs to have the walrus operator. Scanner declared but not used. So what we'll do is we'll do a disgusting for forever. Oh no, we could do that with scanner.scan, it seems like. Okay. And then run command will equal scanner.text. Yeah? So then we do all this base64 noise. Let's take that to the very, very end over here and have that all be displayed out. And then we tack in the base64 over there and it should work. So how can I add a prefix to that scanner.scan though? I want to add a little like prompt. Golang read input prompt. Oh, scanf probably would have been better. Oh my god. That would have been so much better. Yeah. Oh, it stores it in some buffer though. Print without the new line? Oh, good call. Very good call. I'm just an idiot. Thank you so much. Yeah. You are smarty pants and I am dumb dumb. So, what do we got? Let's do a simple go run Golang. Yeah, we'll CD into Golang. Go run. Hello? Why? What the fuck am I typing? I need to go to sleep. Go run main.go. Hello! What is happening? That was weird. Did I put them... Oh, I did. Scanner.scan is going to work beforehand. So we need this. And the os.thing, the os.exit, we don't exactly need to exit anymore because we're going to work in a stupid interactive shell. ls. Who am I? dir. Okay, so my prompt is no longer coming back. Oh, probably because it's outside of the fucking... Gonna get more mean. Fidelity code base64 response. We should do a test. If if run command is equal to 0 or an empty string, then let's just continue. How about that? This is not a very nice way of doing it in my mind. Why did that? Hello? Oh. This is kind of nice. Hey, Ocean's Giant, thank you so much for the raid. I super appreciate all the love. Mr. Crumbs, thank you so much for the bits. Wow, everybody's having a party here. Well, we've done a horrible, disgusting thing. We have no persistent... we have no persistent forward slash or like location of where we are in the file system, but we can basically run whatever command that we want. And we have a pseudo shell in that. Faking it is weird. Yeah. And we've been streaming for way too long, 2 hours. I'm up much later than I should be, but we got to play with a lot of Go, and we got to do a little bit of TryHackMe. So I, for one, had fun. I don't know about you. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the part in Go. Hopefully we'll be able to do this more. And I can get smarter in Go. So, Ocean's Giant, I'm a YouTube sub. Thank you. I super appreciate it. Pretty sick. Yeah, cool, cool. Well, now what? Should we go to bed? Probably. We got our TryHackMe streak going. We got some not good notes written down. Yeah, we went on from a little to a lot. We definitely did. Well, I thought this was going to turn out small. And then we made this thing. So, all right. Let's see what other streamers are streaming. Thank you so much for the subscription, Tar Wordston. I feel super bad for everyone that just joined via the raid. We are going to shut this thing down. It's been going on for a while, and the list is broken at the moment. Super sad. Why is it broken? Should we just click on literally every single one of them and see one of them in case they're live? I think that would be a good thing to do. Building some new Golang code. TV Hack enjoyed HacktivityCon. Thank you so much. No one's live at the moment. Okay, cool. If no one's live at the moment, then we'll just kind of tune out. Malware analysis stream. I would love to do so, but hopefully we'll have to do so tomorrow. I unfortunately don't have the energy to do a whole lot more, and I should probably go to bed. So, all right, cool. Now that I'm going to hang my VM because Twitch is going to take forever to load all these things, let's tune out, everybody. Thanks so much for coming to hang out. Thanks so much for being with us. Thanks so much for goofing off with some TryHackMe, with some casual, no stress stream, working on that Ultratech room, and then experimenting with Golang just to poke around, just to play, just to learn a little bit, get more familiar with the syntax. Hope you had a great time. Super appreciate all the love and support in the Twitch follows and subscriptions. So get some rest, everybody. I don't know if it's 2 a.m. for you, but it certainly is for me, so I guess I'll have one more sip of Monster and see if I can fall back to sleep. Goodbye, everybody. I love you. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. See you in the next stream. I'll see you in the next content. Whatever it is. Bye, all.